We're back with day 11 of 25 Days of Christmas Horrors. I'm your host, Mike from Real Lounge Entertainment, and we have an oldie but a goodie. Today's movie is the 1972 classic, Whoever Slew Auntie. This movie is rated PG-13, has a runtime of 1.5 hours, and is 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. Mike, can you hear me? Anyway, how do you guys feel about old movies? Can you watch them, or are they just too slow and you can't get into them? Let me know down in the comments. I personally love old movies most of the time. Now, even though this is an old movie, I don't really want to give out too many spoilers because I feel like most of you haven't seen this, and I'm going to recommend you watch it. So sit back, and let's get into Whoever Slew Auntie. So this follows an old widower named Mrs. Forrest. She's really rich, lives in a big house, has a butler and a maid that do everything for her. She had a daughter who unfortunately died in a stair rail accident of some kind, and she keeps her daughter's mummified remains upstairs in the kids' room. Mike! Mike! Did you guys hear that? Okay, where was I? She has these seances with her butler and Mr. Benton, and they keep talking to her daughter. Mike, what are you doing? Making another video? What is that? That's it. Mike, just sit back down. It's just Tyler. So every year, Mrs. Forrest throws a huge Christmas party for the 10 best behaved kids at the local orphanage. This is where we meet brother and sister Christopher and Kate. Now, they didn't get invited, but they sneak in anyways. Mrs. Forrest sees and feels that Katie has a resemblance to her dead daughter. And that's as far as we're going to go in the details of this movie. Like I said, I want you to watch this one. This movie isn't about a murderer or anything like that, but it uses old school techniques to build tension in many ways. It has a great atmosphere, but it does have a slow pace because it's an old school movie. So some of you might not like it, but I definitely recommend giving it a try. The music fits, it's not overscored, it was shot really well for its time, but the real heart and soul of this movie is Mrs. Forrest, played by Shelley Winters. She was amazing in this movie. We saw so many different emotions from her and believed her character fully, whether she was being really happy, really sad, or a little crazy. She chewed up every scene in this movie, just like she chewed up that apple very crazy in the movie. And she just commanded the camera. There was one other scene that I want to talk about, just because it made me laugh. And that's when the orphans wake up on Christmas Day. They all get these amazing gifts. Christopher got a pen, but he was actually really excited about it. I wonder what I got. Oh, a pen. Everyone else got all these amazing toys. I got a pen. The only real negative I can say for this movie is it is a slow burn with a slow pace. Now that being said, I never heard of this movie until I made this Christmas list. I almost consider it a hidden gem. And for that reason, I give this movie 4 out of 5. Think of this movie as a crossover between Psycho and the Hansel and Gretel story, and I really do hope you give it a try. Thank you for watching day 11 of 25 Days of Christmas Horrors, and join us tomorrow when we see what Santa does with chains.